Kilometre, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia at en.wikipedia.org. Kilometre. The kilometre, American spelling kilometre, SI symbol km, is a unit of length in the metric system, equal to 1,000 meters, kilo being the SI prefix for 1,000. It is now the measurement unit used officially for expressing distances between geographical places on land in most of the world. Notable exceptions are the United States and the United Kingdom, where the statute mile is the official unit used. K, pronounced K, is occasionally used in some English-speaking countries as an alternative for the word kilometre in everyday writing and speech. A slang term for the kilometre in the US military is click. Pronunciation. There are two common pronunciations for the word: kilometre and kilometre. The former pronunciation follows the general pattern in English, whereby metric units are pronounced with the stress on the first syllable, and the pronunciation of the actual base unit does not change irrespective of the prefix. It is generally preferred by the British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC) and the Australian Broadcasting Corporation (ABC). Many scientists and other users, particularly in countries where the metric system is not widely used, use the pronunciation with stress on the second syllable. The latter pronunciation follows the stress pattern used for the names of measuring instruments, such as micrometer, barometer, thermometer, tachometer, and speedometer. The problem with this reasoning, however, is that the word meter in those usages refers to a measuring device, not a unit of length. The contrast is even more obvious in countries using the English rather than the American spelling of the word meter. When Australia introduced the metric system in 1975, the first pronunciation was declared official by the government's Metric Conversion Board. However, the Australian Prime Minister at the time, Gough Whitlam, insisted that the second pronunciation was the correct one because of the Greek origins of the two parts of the word. Equivalents to other units of length. 1 kilometre equals 1,000 meters, 3,281 feet, 1,094 yards, 0.621 miles, 0.540 nautical miles, 6.68 times 10 to the minus 9 astronomical units, 1.06 times 10 to the minus 13 light years, and 3.24 times 10 to the minus 14 parsecs. Visualization. The kilometre may be visualized in terms of prominent landmarks. The Niagara Falls. The distance between the American extremity of the Niagara Falls and the Canadian extremity is 1,039 meters, or slightly more than a kilometre. Although the length of the rim of the Canadian extremity, Horseshoe Falls, is quoted as being 790 meters, and the rim of the American extremity, American Falls, as being 320 meters, which add up to more than 1,110 meters, the rim of the Horseshoe Falls is far from straight, so the direct distance between the end points is 304 meters. Image: Niagara Falls from the Prospect Point. The extremity of the Horseshoe Falls in the distance is about 1 kilometre away. The Mall, London. The Mall, which leads up to Buckingham Palace, is one of London's main tourist attractions. Immediately in front of the palace is the Victoria Memorial, erected in memory of Queen Victoria, foreground of the picture to the right. At the opposite end is the Admiralty Arch, which links the Mall to Trafalgar Square. The distance from the entrance to the Admiralty Arch to the centre of Victoria Memorial is 987 metres. Image: the Mall from Buckingham Palace on the occasion of the Queen's Golden Jubilee. The Victoria Memorial is in the foreground, and the Admiralty Arch in the distance is about 1 kilometre away. Kowloon, Hong Kong Crossing. The Victoria Harbour separates two major areas of Hong Kong to Kowloon and Hong Kong Island. Until 1970, the only way to cross the harbour was the Star Ferry, which had terminals on both sides. The distance that the ferry travels, as measured from passenger entrance to passenger entrance, is 1,007 metres. Image: Hong Kong to Tsim Sha Tsui Pier. The ferry terminal on the Kowloon Peninsula, visible in the centre of the picture, is about a kilometre from the Tsim Sha Tsui Pier. Central Park, Manhattan, New York City. Central Park in New York City is 849 metres wide. It extends roughly east and west from 5th Avenue to 8th Avenue, also known as Central Park West. The distance between 8th Avenue and Madison Avenue, one block east of 5th Avenue, is 1,011 metres. The width of the park is visible from many nearby skyscrapers and is walked daily by many people. It is approximately 4 kilometres in length from north to south. Image: the width of Central Park is visible from many buildings in Manhattan, and the park is walked regularly by many visitors and residents. Suspension bridges. A number of suspension bridges have a central span of a kilometre or more. The George Washington Bridge in New York, central span 1,067 metres, was the first bridge in the world to have a span of more than a kilometre, and between 1931 and 1937 had the longest span of any bridge in the world. Other bridges that have a central span of about 1 kilometre include 1,030 metres Third Kirishima Takekyo Bridge in Japan, 1,020 metres Second Kirishima Takekyo Bridge in Japan, 1,013 metres Ponte 25 de Abril, the Tagus Bridge in Lisbon, Portugal, 1,006 metres Forth Road Bridge in Scotland, 990 metres Kitabisan to Seto Bridge or Great Seto Bridge in Japan, 988 metres the Severn Bridge, England, leading up to the Welsh border. Image: the Tagus Bridge in Lisbon, Portugal, has a central span of 1,013 kilometres. International usage. The United Kingdom and the United States are the only two developed countries which continue to use miles on road signs. United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, road signs show distances in miles, and location marker posts that are used for reference purposes by road engineers and emergency services show distance references in unspecified units, which are kilometre based. The advent of the mobile phone has been instrumental in the British Department for Transport authorising the use of driver location signs to convey the distance reference information of location marker posts to road users should they need to contact the emergency services. United States. In the US, the National Highway System Designation Act of 1995 prohibits the use of federal aid highway funds to convert existing signs or purchase new signs with metric units. The Executive Director of the US Federal Highway Administration, Jeffrey Panitti, wrote in a 2008 memo, Section 205C2 of the National Highway System NHS Designation Act of 1995 prohibited us from requiring any state DOT Department of Transport to use the metric system during project development activities. Although the state DOTs had the option of using metric measurements or dual units, metrics inch-pounds, all of them abandoned metric measurements and reverted to sole use of inch-pound values. The Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices since the year 2000 is published in both metric and American customary units. See also metrication in the United States. Covering 1 kilometre. The time taken to cover a kilometre is dependent on one's speed. Walking on flat ground, A hiker can expect to cover 1 kilometre in 12 minutes, while a car travelling at a speed of 120 kilometres per hour, 75 miles per hour, the speed limit on numerous European expressways, will cover a kilometre in 30 seconds. Some sporting disciplines feature 1,000 metres, 1 kilometre races in major events such as the Olympic Games, but in other disciplines, even though world records are catalogued, the 1 kilometre event remains a minority event. The world records for various sporting disciplines are running, male, Noah Nejni, 2 minutes, 11.96 seconds. Righty, Italy, 5th of September 1999, not an Olympic event. Running female, Svetlana Mustakova, 2 minutes 28.98 seconds. Brussels, 23rd of August 1996, not an Olympic event. Speed skating male, Shanai Davis, 1 minute 06.42 seconds. Salt Lake City, 7th of March 2009. Speed skating female, Cindy Klassen, 1 minute 13.11 seconds. Calgary, 25th of March 2006. Cycling male, Arnaud Torrent, 58.875 seconds. La Paz, Bolivia, 10th of October 2001. No official 1,000 meters women's record. See also: conversion of units for comparison with other unit of length, cubic meter, orders of magnitude length, metric prefix, square kilometer. This sound file and all text in the article are licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 3.0 unported license, available at http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by-sa/3.0.